Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. The White House announced that President Donald Trump secured historic deals with China during his recent Beijing trip, as reported by UPI. These agreements include a commitment from China to purchase at least $17 billion worth of U.S. agricultural products annually through 2028. In addition to existing soybean commitments, China also approved an initial purchase of 200 U.S.-made Boeing aircraft for Chinese airlines, agreed to resume poultry imports from specific U.S. states, and restored market access for U.S. beef. Furthermore, China committed to addressing U.S. concerns regarding critical mineral supply chain shortages. The two nations also established a Board of Trade for non-sensitive goods and a Board of Investment for related issues. While President Trump hailed these as fantastic deals, China's Commerce Ministry indicated that many agreements are still under consultation. The Chinese Foreign Ministry also highlighted that President Xi Jinping emphasized the Taiwan issue as a critical point of potential conflict in the bilateral relationship. NPR reports that a drone strike ignited a fire on the edge of the United Arab Emirates' sole nuclear power plant, Baraka, on Sunday. Authorities labeled it an unprovoked terrorist attack, though no party was immediately blamed. Crucially, there were no reported injuries or radiological release, and the plant's safety was unaffected, with all units operating normally or on emergency power for one reactor. This incident significantly elevates concerns about a renewed conflict, as the United States and Iran have indicated their readiness for further hostilities, following a war that began on February 28th. U.S. President Donald Trump issued a stern warning to Iran, while an Iranian military advisor asserted their armed forces were on the trigger. The ceasefire remains fragile, exacerbated by escalating clashes between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon. The Baraka plant, built with South Korea, provides a quarter of the UAE's energy and operates under strict non-proliferation agreements with the U.S., contrasting sharply with Iran's contested nuclear ambitions and Israel's undeclared nuclear status. Al Jazeera reports that Uganda has swiftly implemented emergency measures following an outbreak of Ebola. Reporter Catherine Soy, broadcasting from the Ugandan capital of Kampala, details the latest responses undertaken by the country's authorities to combat the spread of the deadly virus. The report highlights the urgent actions being taken to protect public health and contain the infectious disease, emphasizing the government's commitment to addressing the crisis. According to the Asahi Shimbun, Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te on Sunday emphasized that arms purchases from the United States are the most important deterrent against regional conflict and instability. His remarks came after former President Donald Trump questioned continued U.S. support for Taiwan, describing potential arms deals as a bargaining chip following his visit to China. Lai thanked Trump for his past support and reiterated that U.S. arms sales and security cooperation are governed by law and promote peace. Trump, in a Fox News interview, indicated he had not yet approved a new $14 billion arms package for Taiwan, linking it to China. This raised concerns in Taiwan, though the government sought to reassure its citizens that U.S. policy remains unchanged. U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson praised Lai's statement, affirming strong U.S. support for Taiwan, while U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer noted that the president weighs many factors in national security decisions. China considers Taiwan the most important issue in its relations with the U.S., with President Xi Jinping warning Trump of potential clashes if the issue isn't handled properly. Taiwan and China have been governed separately since 1949. South Korea's government has initiated its second phase of fuel relief payouts, specifically aimed at assisting the lower 70% of income earners. This program seeks to alleviate the burden of rising household costs and cushion the economic impact of elevated fuel prices, exacerbated by the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. The Ministry of the Interior and Safety announced that approximately 36 million individuals are eligible to receive subsidies ranging from 100,000 to 250,000 won, depending on their place of residence. Eligibility is determined by out-of-pocket national health insurance payments made in March for households registered by March 30th. Applications are open until July 3rd, with subsidies available through various payment methods. The first round of these payouts was previously distributed to vulnerable groups. KBS World. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.